Recently, I had the opportunity to visit the UK for the first time as a Mantic employee. I thought I would use this time to take some nice photos and videos and combine it with a battle report while I was here. The Mantic sales team was meeting for a conference to plan out the year ahead. This means while a lot of what happened is going to be behind closed doors, there's a lot I can show you and a lot I'm excited for you to see. We visited some great locations, and I got a game in with Nick Williams. Going from the US to the UK, though, is a heck of a trip, and it left me pretty tired. It is bright and early, 3 a.m. somewhere around there. I might have slept like 2 hours, and getting ready to land in about an hour or so. Lights coming on and stuff like that, so waking up is difficult, but almost there, so hard to even think at this point. Should be a good time, though. I'm excited. Just could have slept a little bit better. Once I landed, Clive, who is the UK sales rep, picked me up from the airport, and we had another 2-hour drive up to Nottingham. Okay, so off of the plane now, and on the M25, getting ready to get on the M1 with my man Clive, who was lovely enough to pick me up and get me to Nottingham, however they want to say it. And yeah,
that's it.
Bulwell, who I was just informed is
a lovely place.
A lovely place.
Absolutely not the arse end of nowhere.
So I'm excited because I can't see anything. The roads here block all your views of everything, and I was told that there's a nuclear power plant coming up at some point, and that's a big landmark. So yeah, there we go. Once we got to the office, I had to power through quite a bit of fatigue. This was my first time meeting many of the members of the team. Not only that, but as a Mantic fan for years, this was actually a pretty cool moment for me. Seeing the studio armies in person, as well as all the stuff that's going on behind the scenes, was just a nice pullback from the veil. One thing that was difficult, though, is that it gets really dark here. It was like 3:30 and the sun was going down. And Ronnie was insistent that we go out, have some fun, keep me awake until everyone goes to bed at a normal time there, and that would help with the jet lag. So we headed out to see some of the best land sites in the town. That's Nottingham Castle and Robin Hood and the oldest pub in England, or at least one of them, supposedly. This place was over 800 years old, and it was built right into the sandstone foundation of the castle. I just told Ronnie to get me the darkest beer possible, and I would try and stay awake. The town was gorgeous and quirky all at the same time. It really encapsulated the feel that I was in a different place. It was familiar, but still alien. After some drinks and some American barbecue chicken wings, we hit the hay and then headed up to the conference the next day. Here we discussed things like the release schedule and the different goals that we want to set as a company going forward. The inn where the conference was taking place was this really old building. I thought it had a lot of character and it was really cool. I had my first full English breakfast and then a second later on in the trip. Things were really productive. We got so much done, and 2020 is going to be an amazing year for Mantic, especially for Kings of War fans. So enough of that. Let's get to what you guys really want to see and get on with the battle report. Nick brought his Abyssals and I played with Martin's Night Stalkers, who he had in the studio at the time.
Welcome back, Mastercrafted Gaming fans. It's gone international.
I'm on the other side of the chair. Studio.
And the pond.
Road, everything. So I'm here at Mantic HQ with Nick Williams, and we are going to film a battle report. This is the essentially the end of my trip from the end of the year stuff that we're doing here at Mantic, and we're getting together to do a game. We're going to do Abyssals versus Night Stalkers. I'm using Martin's Night Stalker army, and Nick brought his famous Abyssal army, so it's gorgeous.
Famous.
Well, you won a pretty big tournament with that.
Not with this one, didn't.
No?
No, that was a different Abyssal army.
Oh, okay.
I put my knee through that one. So I decided to rebuild it. I did offer for me to play Night Stalkers, you to play Abyssals, so that we didn't. So they didn't have the home army.
That's all right.
Knowledge,
I'm slightly more familiar with Night Stalkers anyway, so that's
fair enough.
Yeah, that's something for me. It's not my army, but I'm familiar. So we're going to play Control. And at 2,300 points, this is a popular contested maybe point level right now.
It's contested in the UK more, I think.
Yeah. US, we like big, so we're good.
Well, yeah, we know.
So we'll show you deployment, we'll show you the armies, and we'll get started.
Excellent.
Unfortunately, though, we did get to play a good bit of this game We got cut short a little bit early. It was the end of the day. Elvis was working late, and we obviously didn't want to keep him. So instead of actually going through the whole battle report, it was ugly. Nick was kicking my ass really, really bad. I was borrowing an army from Martin that I wasn't actually all that familiar with, but at the same time, that's not really much of an excuse. He just plays better than me. He's a fantastic player. It was really great to see him. I'm going to leave you guys with just some images of the battle and close-ups of the miniatures, because Martin did a fantastic job on the Night Stalkers that he has, and Nick's Abyssals are really, really striking. I love the colors on them. It's just not that traditional red fiery sort of look. He did this very flesh tone feel to them, and it looks fantastic. So I'll let him go over his army, and then pretty much from there we will look at just, some nice close-ups from the game and get a feel for how it went, and I'll play some music, and you can sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Okay, for me, I've brought my Bissels with me. These are the ones that have been across the Atlantic twice now, I think. They are looking a little worse for wear, so I apologise for that. But onto the armour list. So I'm starting off with a horde of lower Abyssals. I've given them the Brew of Strength and a Sacrificial Imp, because that is awesome. I've got 2 Abyssal Horseman regiments. I've given one the Boots of Striding, and the other Makwar's Potion of the Caterpillar. I've got 2 Moloch Hordes. One of them has got a Despoiler Champion and the Mace of Crushing, and the other has got a Despoiler Champion and the Blade of Slashing. I've got 2 Tortured Soul Regiments, 2 Gargoyle Troops, and onto my characters, I've got a Manifestation of Baal, because he is still awesome and on a 50mm base, which I really, really like. I also have an Abyssal Fiend, who is another awesome addition to the Abyssal list. Really love that guy. And then finally, I have an Abyssal Champion who's got Wings and Lightning Bolt.
So Elvis is kicking us out. He came to work on a Saturday so we could play.
Yeah, I'm tired, I'm sleepy. Go on, get out.
Oh. Oh.
This is a pretty good low light camera, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Anyway, we're at the bottom of the turn, 3 going into 4. We talked a little bit about it. We don't really have time to wrap it up, so we're going to leave it as it is. The way that things are, we know this kind of would determine the bulk of the game if there was any kind of a chance for me to pull out any kind of a draw or victory here. This is a clean situation where he's probably going to move him into my 2, which, you know, why wouldn't he? He could still shoot lightning bolts at like things like these guys for the majority of the game. Gargoyles would go into the rear of the terror with the Molochs going into the front, and there's a pretty good chance that he gets that thing off in 1 turn that way. Everything else sort of breaks down. These guys can obviously go into this corner and take that. They wouldn't even have to move if you didn't want them to. You keep them there and secure that corner. So pretty clean, easy victory for Nick. So we'll do a really quick wrap up. Yeah, really quick wrap up, and then we're good to go.
Cool.
So good game, good experience. I'm really glad I got to play him. Honestly, great guy. So we're getting ready to go out and have some fun now. Get some curry and get some drinks.
Curry. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have this thing called curry in America?
We have curry, yes. I enjoy it. So, yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah. We'll catch you soon, guys. Thanks.
Cheers, guys.
And from here, the trip was over really very quick. We got to meet with the amazing Kirsten in the casting facility. You guys probably have gotten to know her over this time, and really high focus on quality and just making sure that all of the resin that comes out of Mantic is top notch. Kirsten is totally responsible for all the good stuff that comes from us and the new resin. So Nick did his infamous video photo instance, and I knew he was going to get me, but he totally did it, even completely expecting it. So he is a master at this trick. If you're ever with Nick alone, don't let him film when he takes a picture of you, but I say that and it won't matter. Also got to see the amazing metal casting, just because, you think about these things and you don't really know what it looks like until you see it in person, and it's this crazy way of seeing molten stuff come together and solidify almost instantly, and it looks absolutely insane. You sort of appreciate the chalk and stuff that goes on it and how they have to clean the molds up and get everything off of there so that when you get the models in a sprue or in a bag, however it comes, that they're cleaned up and actually nice looking. And after we were done at HQ, we actually went out and got a curry. Really a good time to get out in the UK in December, around the holidays. It was just, it was a very pretty place to be. The entire trip was wonderful, and we found this place because, the UK is famous for so many different things, but, as an American, you don't think that food is one of them, but they're very proud of their curries and the tradition that comes there. So we found a place that Nick had never been to. We sat down, had some drinks, a couple of beers, couple of whiskeys, lots of good fun. Nick, somehow, the hotel that he had booked was messed up, and he actually had to leave that evening. So I went back to my room, and the next day set out for the train station for the long ride home. I had to go to a train station in Nottingham and wait there for a good while, and it was a very pretty morning. I remember the sun rising and it just looking really nice, and there wasn't that many people out. It was just kind of chilly. And then I had this great drive across the countryside in England, and it's a place that you get a chance to see and look, and I really took it all in. It was probably about a 2-hour train ride just going all the way through there. And I was really impressed with the train in general. The quality of everything was great. The bathroom had this hilarious sign on it where it was warning you not to flush certain things down, and it was just good quality humor all around. The stations that were actually in London once I got there were absolutely gorgeous. These amazing structures, all decorated up with lights and people and places. And I'm actually recording this audio now in 2020, and so to see all this and all the people that are there, it's kind of crazy to think that this is where we once were at a certain point in time. And I hope that we can get back there soon. One of my stops was at King's Cross Station, and Nick told me to come out here and get a Sunday roast at a place, and it was amazing. The food was really way better than I expected it to be, and I really emphasize that to anyone that's going on a trip. Don't have low expectations, have higher expectations. The stuff was all really good. King's Cross was awesome. If you're not familiar with this, this is from the Harry Potter series. At least that's where most people outside of the UK know it from, the platform 9 3/4. It was just cool to see this stuff in person and to be there and snap some photos and just kind of stand on the streets of London, you know, historic place in general. And the awe of being there was really pretty cool. But I was happy to visit. It was an amazing trip, an amazing time. I really cannot wait to go back. This year was such a strange one, but last year, looking back on these videos, this is exactly when I was there last year, and that's why I want to come back and finish this video at this time. Just an amazing experience and a lot of fun, and something that I've missed tremendously in 2020. So really cool thing to see, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's a brief look at how much fun I had going over there, and yeah, can't wait to do it again. Maybe next time I'll actually film a full battle report. Anyway, thanks for checking it out, and we'll see you soon.